Hi, this is Ishita Datta, a legal intern at Lexis & Company, and today I will be talking about the topic which is Benami transactions. Benami transactions are prohibited as financial transactions. They are considered to be illegal transactions and the government has the power to seize the property held as Benami without any compensation. The term Benami transactions have been derived from an Urdu term which means without a name or nameless. The legislature enacted the Prohibition of Benami Property Transactions Act 1988, which was brought into force on 5th September 1988. This act aimed at banning all Benami transactions and imposing a punishment on the same. So what is the meaning of Benami transaction? So a Benami transaction is a transaction which a property is transferred by one person under the name of another person who holds the property. He is called as the Benamidar, and the person who transfers the property and pays the consideration of the transfer is called the beneficial owner. The property is transferred for the beneficial owners and the benefit or the interest. A Benami property is a movable or immovable or tangible or intangible property which is transferred by the Benamidar under the name of the beneficial owner. Hence, it is the subject matter of the transaction which has taken place and for which consideration is paid. So, what are the essentials of a Benami transaction? So, there are two main essentials to constitute a Benami transaction. Firstly, the transfer of property in the nature of sale, purchase or transfer of right or title in any form involve a consideration. Secondly is the consideration provided by a third person and not the transferee. An example of this could be, for example, when a property is purchased and transferred in the name of X, however, Y pays the consideration for such transfer. So under this transaction, X merely agrees to hold the property under his name for securing the interest or for the benefit of Y, and Y is known as the beneficial owner and X is known as the Benamidar. So any transaction involving a transfer of property under a fictitious name or where the owner of the property denies having any ownership rights or knowledge of anyone having ownership rights in a property, or where the person paying the consideration or for the transfer is not known or traceable, fall within the ambit of Benami transactions. So in Thakur Bhim Singh versus Thakur Khan Singh, the Honorable Supreme Court of India held that a Benami transaction includes two types of transactions. In the first case, a person purchases a property by paying the consideration but in the name of another person with no intention to benefit the other person. In the second case, a person executes a conveyance in the favor of another person without the intention to transfer the title of the property. So in the both cases, the real title of the property is separated from the ostensible title and it is vested in a different person. Thus, to check whether a transaction is Benami a transaction, the following principles need to be complied with. So the first is the burden of proof lies on the person who asserts the transaction, which is Benami. Second is, if the consideration is paid by the person other than the transferee, it is assumed that the property is purchased for the benefit of the person who pays the consideration unless the contrary is proved. Third is to determine the intention of the person who pays the consideration is a material requirement. Fourth is the intention of the person which is determined by surrounding circumstances. So the relationship existing between the parties and the subsequent conduct of the parties and the motives behind their actions. So in Bhim Singh versus Khan Singh, the Supreme Court highlighted the meaning of Benami transactions when a person transfers a property by paying a consideration for such a transfer but under the name of another person or a fictitious name without an intention of benefiting the other person, it is called as a Benami transaction. Hence, the transferee holds the property for the benefit of the real owner. The following transactions will be exempted from the scope of Benami transactions, which are: first is when a member of a Hindu undivided family holds a property in his name for another member's benefit. He has also been paid to provide such services from the known sources of the income of the family. Second is when a person is fiduciary capacity, holds a property for another, for example, trustee, director, partner, etc. Third is when a person purchases a property in the name of his or her spouse or child and the consideration of the other is paid from the person's known sources of income. Fourth is when a person purchases a property in the name of his brother or sister or lineal ascendants or descendants and the consideration is paid from the person's known sources of income. So what is the punishment of a Benami transaction? So if any property involving in the transaction of Benami transfers will be liable to be confiscated after providing an opportunity to be heard. Any person, such as anyone who defeats the provisions of law or defaults in payments of statutory dues or fails to make payments to their creditors, is to be known as guilty of the offence of Benami transaction. A person, if guilty of Benami transaction, is liable to pay a fine of value 25% of the fair market value and imprisonment up to 1 to 7 years. And a person who provides false information relating to a Benami transaction is liable to pay a fine value of 10% of the fair market value and a minimum imprisonment of 6 months, which it may extend up to 5 years. This act specifically aims at prohibiting the generation of black money and utilizing of the proceeds generated from it. Hence, all transactions should be in the name of the actual owner who pays the consideration from valid accounted sources. This process or curbing the menace of black money is to bring transparency in the economy, reducing risk and protecting the interests of the genuine buyers. So hence Benami transactions are prohibited and punishable under the Prohibition of Benami Transaction Act 1988. They provide for the recovery of the property involved in such a transaction. They are illegal and weaken the real estate sector of the Indian economy. Thank you so much.